Alright. It feels like it's the final stretch, but... well, let's just get going. Negative 1.5 rated games. Here we go. First on our list is Operation Rogue Dungeon. And it's by Sleipnir Games. And only by Sleipnir Games. Invade the dungeon as a soldier. Your real-time shooting needs meets the turn-based dungeon inhabitants in a battle to the permadeath. Your real-time shooting meets the turn-based dungeon inhabitants in a battle to the permadeath. Conserve your ammunition and balance the guns you carry as you traverse the trapped, monster-infested dungeon. This is Operation Rogue Dungeon. 8 different guns to find and use, 9 deaths of randomly generated dungeons, real-time top-down shooting, enemies and traps move along the beat, collect treasures and potions, part of the 2023 7DRL challenge. Well, that sounds like an interesting idea. Let's get it downloaded. Now, I'm wondering why this is going to be like marked so low, because it does sound like a good idea, but like a top rate real like. Alright, so it's a Unity game. I don't see any instructions here, so hopefully they're in the game. Got music. Alright, so here we go. Credits. It's made by Christopher Krilly71, Almaroff, and Anton Leclerc for 7DRL 2023. Music's by DOS88. Wants to move around, aim and fire with the mouse, reload with R, interactive E. Switch weapons 1 to 3, pause to escape. Hit the play button. Alright, that's it for this gun. So this reminds me of, like, you know, Crypto Nickel Dungeon, but like, you know, with, like, you know, a gunman, you know, so to speak. Okay, that's gonna hurt me with those spikes. Interesting, so you may see destroy the train. take the shotgun for a spin. Oh, those are race bike traps. This guy's definitely following me around. Well, that's the first level. Now I wonder a bit about the music. Is it going to loop around, or what's going to happen with it? Take the rifle. So high power rifle. Ow. Ah, stupid, but whatever. There seems to be a lack of enemies on this level. That's their first gun. So, I think the biggest issue with this game is the fact that there's sort of a lack of depth of like the enemies. They sort of just move around, not really come at you as a threatening manner. It probably would make more sense basically to have the enemies be like, you know, DFuxa sort of like, you know, style, where like, you know, the imp that basically like, you know, rushes you with like fireballs throwing at you. Other guys that basically like, you know, shoot guns and stuff. Hidden room with a sniper rifle, or hunting rifle, one or the other. Okay, so you can't reload these weapons, by the way. opinion, it probably would have been a good idea to have the weapons feel like a little bit more different. Like maybe usually has like a huge spray, like fires in a huge arc, as an example. Well, it does work because you have like, sort of casters at least. I just realized I got like ammo gauges over here, by the way, so we can see how much ammo I basically have. Now, no, by the way, when I used that reload right there, we got rid of the bullets there, so it is like using like the smart, like, you take like the magazine, you take the full magazine, basically type of idea. I was taking my small ammo, just like one gun here. Take the rifle rounds for a spin. Alright, so there's only so many music tracks in the game, but that's fine. They are pretty good trucks, by the way, so I'll give you that. That one over here. So that's taking this ammo down here. Good to know. Can I dodge that? I don't know. There goes the dragon. So, how do I basically improve this game? I want to get a higher score. So, I think this is a cool idea for a game, but I would probably make it so that there's a little bit more turn-based action on the part of the player. Maybe I make it so, like, you know, you can only use, like, your guns basically, like, so much in, like, a beat. This looks like a boss room, but it's not. Take this gun for a spin. There's stairway down. I see the first level, so let's just get right here, I guess. Oh, enemies over here. I see these guys basically start moving so they see, like, you in a range. Oof. Off we go. Take my 9mm, I guess. Alright, well, I'll go through another level, but I think we basically seen the majority of what this game is basically all about. You just, like, you know, keep going down to a dungeon, clearing out stuff. I'm almost dead, apparently. Maybe I'll just die first, who knows. There we go. Just fire off our guns from this gun. Let's take the shotgun for a while. Yeah, shotgun's definitely, like, suffering from, like, you know, it's not also pellets, but doesn't really have, like, you know, sort of like a arc range used, same with, like, Uzi. Best thing, this builds right here for this gun. Hey, we got ourselves an armor, finally. Health pickups could probably be a lot bit better for this game, by the way, just throw out there. There could be more immediate feedback, like when you kill people, by the way, just to throw out there. And you can dodge stuff by like running over it if like you're quick enough. Different track, maybe? Ooh, what's this? Looks like it's using shotgun ammo. I just realized I have like a fist here. So you can actually have a third weapon if you want to. Interesting. Automatic shotgun. There we go, all done. Get rid of him. Bit more armor, why not? There we go. Alright, well I think this is definitely good enough for, you know, what I'm basically showing off here. So that was Operation Rogue Dungeon. And, you know, I have to say, I think this is a game that got gypped on the score a little bit, because this actually seems a little bit more roguelike than not. So, let's just go see what the, you know, reviewer, and I assume it's just one viewer, basically gave for you. So let's see your operation. So apparently 2 people reviewed this. I can run right through enemies without being hit. They only seem to hit the frame they move. Sometimes the map gem creates downhill paths which I can't take. So yeah, I know that was a bit of an issue, but again, you can basically like blow holes in the dungeon, so... Honestly, that feels like a very weak 1. It should be a 2 at least. The game work doesn't crash, but cannot be called polished. This is a bug in dungeon area that can make disconnect areas. Yeah, that's something I probably agree with. Like, it's not polished, but that's fine. 2 is definitely a good like score for this one. I'd probably ignore that 1. Aesthetics. Weapon sprites do not have an outline, so it's quite hard to notice them on the floor tiles. Low FPS animation of traps and effects look very strange. Classic UI. I kind of have to agree with that. Basically, the weapons were a little bit hard to discern and, like, distinguish. This is probably would have been a good game to sort of make it so, like, the weapons basically are, like, more, like, funky and stuff like that, instead of, like, all being, like, gray. Or maybe, like, you want to have, like, a white outline basically on the floor so that they, like, really pop out and you can really see them. Fun. Way too easy and uninspiring. Not really fun for me. Yeah, I have to agree, basically, with this. It would have been a good idea, basically, to have it so, like, maybe, like, the enemies, like, yeah, like gauntlets, but using like shotguns or something like that, just to sort of like mash it up a little bit. You didn't have to have all classic fantasy enemies. You could have gauntlets with like guns and like orcs that basically have bazookas. Have a little bit more like stuff basically to deal with. Innovation, modern military and fantasy environment. There's a whole manga anime about this. Also, modern weapon in the game do not add anything aside from visuals to the game. Replace them with fancy range weapons and corresponding ammo, not really much changes. So, I kind of have to agree that, yeah, like, this has been done. And I suppose, like, the idea here is, like, it could have been done better. I don't think it really matters to have, like, the, medieval weapons or whatever weapons. You could have had, like, guys firing lasers at you, basically, if you want to. It's just the concept of, like, real-time, like, enemies basically doing stuff to, real-time you basically doing stuff to turn-based like guys. Actually, I feel like innovation is probably a bit low. It probably should have been a 2 because that's basically the real innovation. It's like the gameplay, not the the theme. But whatever. Scope, fair content. Well, there's quite a few monsters with some logic program. Probably more or less fine for 7DRL. I have to agree. It's definitely a 2 for scope. Role-likeness. Well, there's a procedure dungeon. There are a few weapons that do not change how you play them. But essentially, just real-time arcade with tactics or choices, more like arcade shooter. So, yeah, it's probably a decent score basically to give 1 for what you basically have right here. You might have been able to flesh out the guns a little bit to make them a little more like different. So maybe you have like grenades that you throw around corners and stuff like that, or different like tactics and stuff. But probably wouldn't really be a fan to much like the old school crowd. So you still have like real-time mechanics and stuff like that. There needs to be more turn-based stuff basically done for the player. So maybe like a turn you can fire so many bullets. Not really sure how you basically would do that. But it's sort of like Crypto Nico Dancer, like the sort of like the beat for like the enemies and stuff like that. It might be an idea to have like a sort of like beat for the player where you fire like in bursts basically. Who knows? Alright, well that's basically Operation Rogue Dungeon. That's probably a game that probably should have a little bit higher score, but I probably do agree that for the most part it's below like a 2.0 type of score for all things considered. Definitely well done though for sure. So I enjoyed it. It was a lot better than most of the games basically been playing recently. So good job on the developer. Alright, next one will be the prison. We'll see how it goes when I get to it, but for now take care.